You caption it Body 101 class. Come and take lessons.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to work on a dry skin. And at the end of this video, you'll be learning how to apply makeup on dry skin, how to layer your makeup to prevent dryness or crackness or breakouts, and also how you can do your makeup to achieve a long lasting makeup all day. So if this is what you want to learn, please ensure you watch this video to the end, because this class is very detailed and I took my time to explain most of these things. Okay, so first off, I'll start off by grooming the brows. This is the first step you have to take because you need to snatch that eyebrow. So you need to groom the brow to get the perfect shape that you want, or if you have a signature eyebrow, you can groom your eyebrow to that shape. The next step is hydration. So now I'll be wearing an hydrating mask on her. So this mask has enough hydration, and I'll wait for about 10 minutes for our skin to absorb the hydration before taking it off our skin, because you need that hydration. You need your skin to be fed with enough hydration before you go in with the next product. So next, I will further spray an hydrating spray, and this spray has no business after makeup or after prep. The only place it has business is before you apply anything on the skin. So it's an hydrating spray and it's Mario Badescu. Then I went in with more hydration, which is the snail mucin serum, and after layering, I would allow it to dry. You can wait for about 10 minutes, but if you don't have enough time or patience, you can use your hand fan to blow dry it. So this will fasten the dryness, like it will fasten it to get dry on time. So I applied a moisturizer. You need to moisturize their skin because this kind of dry skin tends to get patchy or does not really absorb products, but you need to prep the skin before you go in with your foundation. So you need enough hydration, enough moisturizer for hydrating skin. Then after applying every skin prep or skin prep steps, I went ahead to set the skin. This is to help the skin absorb those products and retain them also before I go in with a foundation. And I'm using a lightweight foundation. For dry skin, you have to go in with a lightweight foundation, not a heavy foundation. So you have to go in with a lightweight foundation. And I went ahead to blend with my beauty sponge. So for dry skin people, at every step of products you apply, you need to set the makeup. This will further soften the makeup and make it feel like skin. So for every step that you apply your product, you need to revive it with a setting spray. So I used the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray, and I went ahead to apply my blush, my cream blush from iMagic, picked a color that suits our skin and blended. Then for concealer, I applied a very little concealer, just a very little concealer, and I applied at the inner corner of her eyes and the outer corner of her eyes, just very little, and I blended properly. So you have to apply very little concealer to avoid patches, to avoid cracks under the eyes, and you need to use a very good concealer also. So you need to consider the products you're using to get a better result. So the product you use matters a lot, and it will give you the results that you need. So I went ahead to apply concealer just at the bridge of her nose. So I'm just trying to make it work. I'm applying gently. I'm not packing products into her skin. Just apply very little is little go a long way, let me use that word. So I went ahead to use a powder to dry up the concealer to preset before I go ahead to snatch a nose, and I'm using the MAC mineralized powder in shade dark. I usually use that to contour or to bronze very light skin people, like light skin clients, so I use that a lot. Then for baking, I went ahead to use my setting powder from Huda Beauty in shade butter, is it pound cake or so? Yeah, pound cake. I use that to bake under eyes. So in one of my videos, someone asked a question if there's a difference between setting powder and compact powder. Yes, there is a very big difference between compact powder and setting powder. Setting powder is used to set any liquid product that is placed on the skin. So it will just probably, what it does is to dry up the product to set it. That is what setting powder does. And a compact powder is like a finishing powder that you can use. It's more pigmented and has full coverage. So I've answered that comment question. Then I go ahead to eyeshadow, and for the eyes I started off with with a brown shade of transition, and I'm using my powder as my eyeshadow. How many of you guys know that you can use your powders as eyeshadow? So I started off with a powder, and I'm using the Fenty powder in shade 470 as my eyeshadow transition shade. Then I went into my Morphe eyeshadow palette, and I picked this light cream shade for our eyelid, and I just applied that with a flat brush because I wanted a kind of a nude smoky eyes. So to blend in between, I picked this a very light shade of brown to blend the lines between the cream and the brown, like to blend out ash lines. Okay, so I just use that to blend before I go ahead into my eyebrow, and I tamed the brow with an edge control, and I am lining the eyebrow with the Cara gel liner. As you all know, I love using gel liners. Maybe one of these days I'll still try pencils, but I'm good with gel liners. So that's what works for me. So I went ahead to go and line my eyebrow based on the shape that I have groomed the brows to, because you have to consider the person's face shape. For those that have signature eyebrow, I don't know how it works, but I draw my eyebrow based on the person's face shape. So I don't know if I have a signature brow or if my brows look the same. So you guys can tell. You can watch all my videos and see if I have the same brows or I have different eyebrow shapes. I don't know. So I just went ahead to draw my eyebrow and clean up the brow using the same foundation that I use for our skin to clean up the upper parts of the eyebrow, because I don't want those places being just light. Okay, so we just want it to blend alongside with our skin, and that's how you get a very clean job. Okay, so after cleaning up the brows, I went ahead to dry up the concealers with powder. Then now I go into eyelining, and I'm lining her eyes with the same gel liner, with a black gel liner, the Polar Beauty gel liner. So this is not your regular winged liner shade. I'm just doing a very thick liner, which I will be smudging out the outer part to get a dark contoured outer part of the liner. So I just lined under her eyes, to give that fierce, bold look. So the kind of eye shape will also determine the kind of eyeliner the kind of way that you're going to draw your eyeliner. I don't know if I'm making sense here. So your kind of eye shape determines the kind of eyeliner you're going to draw on. So this is me just smoking out the outer part of her eyes to give that smoky, that bold look. I just used the dark eyeshadow to just blend out the outer part, and you can see how smoked the eye look. So I just dust off the excess setting powder on her face, and I'm using a small brush. Then I went back to apply my bronzer and also use my powder to just, finish up her look. So for compact powder is used to finish up makeups for those that are still confused between setting powder and compact powder. So I went ahead to clean her lips because I already applied lip moisturizer to soften the lip. And for today we are doing a red lips, and I started off with a brown shade of lip stain from Blood Cosmetics, and the shade is Cocoa. It's a dark brown shade. So we just line our lip with that shade, and as I'm lining, I'm blending at the same time because this lip stain tends to dry very, very fast. So you line and blend. So I just use my hand to stretch out our lip and get that perfect lip shape. Then I went ahead to use a brush to blend the lips before I applied my red lip stain from Nuban Beauty. And this lip stain is so pretty. Like this red lip stain, it doesn't move, it doesn't break, easy to blend. So I really love working with this lip stain, and you can just reapply to get the pigmentation or the coverage that you want, but make sure that your brush is handy and you can blend after application. So you can see my client, she's just enjoying her makeup, and she was just doing snaps during this process. So this is me just setting the makeup with my Omari Code setting spray. This setting spray contains niacinamide, which also is a good skincare product. Okay, so I went ahead to dry up with my fan before I go in with the next setting spray, which is the airbrush setting spray. This one will further set the makeup, give that long lasting wear on the skin, and you can see how sweet this makeup came out. And finally I went ahead to lock the makeup with the Silk spray from Sopro. So after the makeup, I just removed the band that I used to hold her hair down and blend out the harsh lines, and also apply products where I could not apply. So I just use my powder to just powder off the place that I placed the band on, so I won't have that line. Then this is me just using Zara mascara to lengthen her under eyelashes, and I applied some glow to pop up her skin, and you can see that glow. It's coming out perfectly well. So the more the light is hitting on her skin, it gives that glass skin finish. So guys, I guess we've come to the end of today's video, and if you learned anything new in this video, put in the comment section. If you also have a question that you'd like me to go in through, or you have something you want me to teach, you can just drop in the comment section, send me ideas, and I will go through them. And also, if you're yet to be my subscriber, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't just watch this video and pass. Subscribe, like this video, because the more you like, it will signal the algorithm to continue to push this video. So please guys, I really appreciate your support. I want you to like, comment on this video, and share to your friends. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.